Yes, sir, in ZBrush.
Yes, yes, I can show it now only. That's totally fine. Um, just give me a second. I'll just open the file. Head. Brush. Okay. Dynamics 128. I just opened one Dynamics, like default sheet. So, now tell me what you want. What you want to know?
Sir, after masking, you will invert it, right, sir?
Yes, like press
How to do
control,
it?
press
Yes,
control.
sir.
Suppose you create a shape and you want to invert the selection, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So press control, click outside, just one click.
Okay, sir.
It will invert your
Okay, sir.
selection. See, it
I
same with,
dragged it, so
no, if you drag it, it will
mask
go.
was gone.
Yeah, if you
Okay, sir.
drag it, it will go. Click means invert, drag means cancel your selection, cancel your mask.
Okay, sir.
So you can, like this, you can do it. Yes.
Control I also works.
Control I also works. Yes, Control I also works. So it's like handy, right? If you are using pen
So
tablet, so that time it becomes really handy.
Yes, sir.
how to like smooth a particular area, like
Okay,
selection, like when we
selection.
mask.
Okay, like suppose you want to smooth this part, only subdivide. That's what you mean, right?
Yeah, only like some areas.
Some areas. So like you have the selection, then you can just do Control D, but that's it.
Sir, that's like smoothing the whole
No, no, it's not
mask.
Control Z. You can see I created this selection and then I inverted. So all the exposed part are basically you're going to work on, right? All those things are going to affect. So Control D, it will increase the polygon for that area only. Control D once again, you can see.
Sir, I mean like not the whole mask. I mean like not the whole working area, just like a part of it. Uh,
Uh, it's part of it, right? It's simple. I didn't get you exactly. Like, suppose this is your whole entire scene object,
yeah.
and you want to increase the polygon for this surface, this area. That's
Sir,
all.
sir, like so no, like smooth the just the top bit of the
This
mask.
corner,
Yeah, just like yeah.
just the corner. Okay. If you want to smooth, smooth means this smooth you're talking about, this smooth brush, or subdivision smooth you're talking about.
No, the masking smoothness that we did, no, with control and click.
You want to smooth the masking
Yeah,
borders.
but
Okay,
just a part.
just a part. Like suppose you want to smooth this small part.
Yeah, yeah.
That is not possible. You can press control, it will just simply mask that, smooth that entire section. That is not possible. Like suppose you want to create, suppose you created one mask, some pattern or design, and in this you just want to smooth this area. That's what you meant.
Yes, sir.
No, that is not possible. You have to either you blur the entire thing, or you can just like make it like sharp. That's what you can do the entire selection. Just one part is not possible, but if you just suppose you create this thing, some shape, and shift F, sorry, I'll just go to another side, and control W, create a separate polygroup, then control and shift, and then you have this section. So you have a selection, it's a separate polygroup, so it's kind of selection only. Control shift click outside, hide, unhide this, and then smooth it. So it will work on like both the things. Then you can just simply go, or you can just simply create a separate polygroup for this also. You can do that. Like that also you can work.
Oh, okay.
Okay, like I don't know what you are exactly trying to do. I don't know. Like I never felt to create something. Okay, one more thing. I guess we can create one more thing is that kind of smooth one part is. I guess we can do it. I can if I go to RGB and create a paint. Just give me a second. I'll just paint something and smooth. Shift add and blur out. This is what you're asking, right? Like blurred selection.
Yes, sir. So, and can
Mm,
we use this as mask?
I guess. Let me check. Mask by color. Uh, I click this. Mask by polypaint. So, here my polypaint. I have this polypaint. Okay. And let me check. Is it working? Move tool. Mask. Yeah, you can use it. Yes, it's working.
Wow. Okay, sir.
See, it's working. So for
Yeah.
this, what you have to do is you have to create a polypaint, and then under masking, there's an option for mask by polypaint. So you can use that, and then intensity, all this you can control everything. Intensity, a polypaint, and then you can see I can. It's this part is really blurred and soft, and this part is really hard and crisp. So you can do that,
Got it, sir.
right? Okay.
Sir, I have another doubt.
Hmm.
So for drawing the mouth part,
Hmm.
if I use trim dynamics, it's not coming, sir.
Trim. If you're creating it using trim dynamic, it's not coming. Like the cavity part you were talking about inside mouth and
Yes, sir.
part.
No, not inside, sir. In the Pikachu, we created that
Hmm.
mouth shape, right, sir?
Yes.
That lip line.
Yes.
I tried that. If I
Hmm.
use standard, either even if I give more pressure on the tablet, then also the line is like soft. It's
No,
not
but
that prominent.
you have to use damn standard for that.
If I use damn standard, it's not even coming, sir.
Not even coming. Like it's like default setting. Just okay. I haven't checked your file. I forgot the mail. I checked that, but I haven't checked it yet. So I'll check it once.
Yes, sir.
Then based on that, I can comment because I guess okay. Let me just give me a second to download that file. Where is the file here?
And even I had another issue, sir.
Hmm. Tell me.
I used a separate spear for head and separate spear for body.
Body. Okay.
Like after merging both things, I dynamized that,
Okay. Correct. Fine. That's fine.
and then I remeshed it, sir, because dynamish it was a poly count was like too high,
Hmm.
so I remeshed it, and
Hmm.
the back side I was able to connect and smooth it perfectly, sir. But front side I got some like old kind of a thing. I couldn't correct the front.
Okay. Let's see. This is your file, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's see. But in this file, so these are two separate geometry right now.
Yes, I separated to separate thing, not
Okay.
the. merged one.
So what you're saying, you want to combine these two together with
Yes, sir.
dynamic.
Yes,
So I'll
sir.
select this, mm, these two, right? So I'll just
Yes, sir.
merge down. Okay. Then I'll go to geometry. You have Dynamesh. 120 is good enough. I'll use Dynamesh. Okay. So
Sir, there is a mask on the top of the head, sir, for the ear thing. I tried with the mask.
okay.
I didn't remove that.
Huh. Oh, that mask was there. That's why it wasn't working. So now it's
Yes.
Dynameshed, right?
Yes.
Solo, and it's way too high poly. As you can see, it's way too dense. So what I'll do, I'll go to Z remesher. I'll just simply remesh the model. Am I recording this? It's yeah. It's remeshed everything. Okay, there's some issue with the model. There's
Yes,
a
sir.
hole.
Yes, sir. Front the whole occurs, sir.
Okay, this
At the side and back, it merges properly.
merges
But
properly, but
front,
okay, let's see. Let me check the this thing. You can see in Dynamish also that thing is there. That's what's creating
okay.
that issue. So what we have to do is uh, Control Z. You can see in our actual model, this thing is there. So
Okay, sir.
what I'll do, I'll go to move topology, select this topology, fill that gap,
Okay, sir.
Shift F. I'll check. There's no gap, no holes, nothing. Right? There's no hole. If
Yes,
you
sir.
have any issue, you can just drag and click it and check this image from all the angles. Is there any hole, anything? It shows you
Okay,
the
sir.
entire silhouette. So once you're done with this, Dynamesh, this is way too high. 128 is fine. Dynamesh. So you can see everything is merged properly.
Yes, sir.
Then Z-remesh it. It's working. So because Dynamesh, what it does basically, based on the distance, if two geometries collapse together or attached together
Yes, sir.
and surfaces are touching each other, it combines. If there is a hole, so it keep that hole. So that's why
Okay, sir.
it was generating. So now you can see there's no hole, everything is clean. Shift F, you can see it's all clean.
Okay, sir. So whether the shape is correct, head shape.
Shape is not like a little bit body wise. Shape is a little bit. It is a bit squarish. Like
So the reference was like this.
it's a little bit squarish, but what you have to do is like this front part should be rounded, smooth enough.
Okay,
Just
sir.
like this thickness is fine. This width is fine. Only thing is you need to push this side part a little bit inside, so it looks
Okay, sir.
rounded, little bit more
Okay, sir.
rounded. It become smooth.
So a head is perfect or not?
Like basic shape is nice. Basic shape is nice. Like it is little bit more square, slightly. Almost correct. You need to add those ears and all. Then you'll understand okay, how it looks. Otherwise, it looks
Yes, sir.
fine. This is lips detail and all those things you have to add. And you
Yes,
were
sir.
saying that
So
dynamic would PDS.
the trim dynamic was not working, sir.
Trim dynamic is for flatten the surface. If you use trim dynamic, this is for flatten the surface. Suppose you want to create a flat surface or maybe angular surface, like suppose like this, it will create this. It won't create your detail. For detail, BDS damp standard. Resize the brush. So you can see if you create it, there's not enough polygon. So Control Z,
Okay.
Control D. So it becomes easy. So
Okay.
only and only whenever you need extra polygons, that time only you can go ahead and subdivide it and use it. And you can use subdivision along with Dynamesh.
Okay, sir.
You can see since subdivision level 2 with Dynamesh. So it works
Okay.
perfectly. And then you have to connect this thing. This little bit more triangular in shape. Okay, those things you can do around it. Yeah. See. Okay. You created this in with Zmodeler.
Sorry, sir. 3ds Max,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, 3D snap. That's just fine. Okay, this works. Okay. Anything else?
Okay, sir. I
Okay.
will work on
Huh.
the changes and all.
Okay. So we have our head. I just search. I forgot. Didn't have time to search about anything. I forgot the name of the character. God of War. It's from God of War. Image. So I can see there are like few references. I found a couple of references to see this is the similar characters, little bit different. This is the we just followed this one. We have multiple variation. You can see it's bluish, greenish, all those colors. So this one I liked. So it's on Pinterest. Ah, this one I like. So let's keep it aside. Later I'll download this. So I can see my base color like that reference. Whatever I took the reference, that reference is a bit bluish. It's not my skin color. So either like this is what we did yesterday. We just used our face texture and use it. Instead of that, that blue basically, and we have a skin tab separately. You can use that blue one. And this is way too blue. So what I'll do, this is I guess you guys already everybody knows. We can just simply tone down the color. I'll just make sure. Okay, I'll make it to 2K. It's way too shiny. So roughness, I'll make it bit matte. It's again depends upon your character, what kind of character follow you're following, what kind of reference you're following. So skin is basically slightly glossy in nature, and based on your dirt or surface. If it's a hard surface, it's not shiny. If it's a smooth surface, it's a little bit glossy. So based on those things, this horn will be matte. So all those things will add slowly one by one. I'll just check or what all the details I got from this. Okay, sharpness, and this is my base creature detail. So in this base, what I can do, because this as per my reference, okay, let's see, save reference. As per reference, the center part is more whitish. So what I'll do is I'll create one more layer, color, I'll switch off metal, roughness, normal, everything, and roughness will make it quite rough. Quite rough. Right click, black mask, right click. I'm going to add a paint and switch on my symmetry so that I can paint that shape very easily. So I could take any brushes. Let's see. So I'll use a smooth one. This one is good enough. Okay, a hard brush, and that pattern I can just simply paint it here. Check it from the all the angles nicely. All those dents and all. Fix it. I'll fix it later. I'll make it softer. And there's some lines. Check it from all the angles nicely. X. Oh shit, my what I painted directly on that. Now I align it with my normals. And then I painted this, but this edges are way too sharp and prominent. So what I can do, I can just simply add, right click, add a generator. I can add a generator on this map and add a dirt. So it will generate dirt to entire surface, but I don't want it for the entire surface. I want it only for this whatever I have painted. Let's click, okay, multiply. So it will see only and only affect this white selection area, and I can invert it, because I don't want all this depth should be black, and there shouldn't be like a white color in the those depth. I just simply invert it. And one more thing I can do, select my paint, add a filter, and make it slightly blur. There's a blur filter. You can see I just blurred the edges. I can control the entire intensity. And if you want to check the map, alt click on the mask. You can see the mask, what kind of mask you're generating, because based on that mask all the effect will be visible on your surface. Then click on the texture, so you can see if you don't feel okay, this blur looks way too blur, because I feel blur is fine but it's way too much. Point 2 or maybe point 1 point something, 17, or maybe like 17 is fine. So you have this detail. You can see it's just a flat color with the help of that mask, it generating that detail. Then for the same exact white, and now I can see I have couple of areas where this white should be. Oh, sorry, X. Paint all those lines. Subtle blur, dirt. I mistakenly painted few things on the layer directly. So anyways, then one more thing I can do. I want like few. I can see there's like some dots going on, some pattern here, some pattern here, without the blur. So what I'll do, above blur, add another paint, and on that surface, I paint those details. You can see just one mask, and I'm creating everything on that mask. So no need to complicate things. You can just use simple mask, and no need to use thousands of layer and make your entire scene really heavy. Now I have a circle here.
So,
Yes.
so we didn't enable the triple S in substance, right, sir?
Triple S. No, Substance doesn't support triple S.
Okay.
Substance doesn't support triple S. It just fake it. It just give you the illusion of this redness and all those inside color. Na, it just
Yes,
simply
sir.
fake it. It doesn't create use triple S material and all. So those things
Okay,
will
sir.
generate those maps and then we'll use it in Unreal.
Okay, sir.
So add all these details. Okay. Okay, I just quickly fix the eye. I can make it even darker, maybe a little bit towards reddish, and make it less shiny because all this peculiarity will be all the shininess will be generated by the lens. Then I can just simply isolate that. Okay, just like it just projected the base mesh on this thing also. So if I want, I can render like bake it once again based on my base shape. So one more layer, and this time it will be more towards a bit orangish yellowish. And I'll switch off roughness, metal, normal, everything, only color, black mask. This eye, I need to rebake it because it's generating all these strange normals. Bake mesh, use low poly as high poly. This is not required. High, low, low. There's one more option, bake all or bake selected. That option is bake selected texture. It's baking for everything. It's showing baking 20 all maps. I don't want to bake all maps. I just want to bake only one map. This is fine. This is not correct. Let it be. I have to fix those maps manually because I remember like in previous version it just got updated recently. Previous version we have two options: bake all maps and bake that selected one. But in new one there's no option for that. That's strange. one more layer, only color, no roughness, or I can just use roughness and make it 100% matte. One more, roughness, no roughness, only color, black mask, add black mask, then isolate, black. Details will add later, slowly. Just for the appearance, it should look nice, clean. So just for that only, I just changed it. Now, as per my reference, you can see I have lots of green tint and all this mossy effect. So what I can do is, I keep this here, DCTY, smart material. Do you have anything? We don't have any moss. See. Um, okay. I'll just simply create a new layer with green in color. No metal, normal. I don't need. I want height. It's not 100% this thing. Slight height and plus, and right click, black mask. I'll go to smart mask. Under mask, I have you can see moss from top, only moss, and there's another moss from ground also there. So I'll just use moss from top and drag and drop. It will generate that mossy effect. And height, you can see, if I want I can modify that. Now I just have to add multiple colors and tones. I don't want to affect my center, this in between area. This is way too bright. So I'll create a paint and remove all those areas. Brush, I'll select a soft brush, paint, X, I'll take black, and this paint also. One more thing I want, above this thing, skin, I want a darker tone of the same tint dropper. Pick this color, bluish, make it move it towards blackish gray, and no metal, no normal, no height. Roughness is kind of matte, not 100% matte. Add black mask, and I can use a pattern, so let's see, some dusty, some pattern. It's white. I'll expose that area. It's underneath the eye, this white color, because skin have a lot of color tint, so all those things paint is required. Or this one more technique is there. Instead of, suppose you don't want to paint manually, so what you can do is just simply duplicate this, duplicate layer, switch off this black mask, then go to smart mask. Now I'll see I have rust ground. It basically generates from the base, or I can use moss and invert it. You can see ground dirt is also there. So I'll use rust, drag drop, mask editor, balance we can like increase, contrast we can reduce, texture we can check how much we want, based on ambient occlusion, curvature if we want. You can use this or like modify all these things, position gradient and all these things based on thickness. But it's too patchy, so I'll just simply delete this and I'll try mouse, select this and invert it. Invert, so it will generate everything from the base. So you can do that also. But for this case, you can see, check this mask, you can see how it works. For this case, I want to apply this black, so I just manually paint it, so I can have better control over it. So with mask also, like it's totally possible. You can use mask and create all those things, but you have to tweak all the mask. Base color. Let's add more details. We have so many grunge and all, so we can add those things to create variation on the surface. So what I'll do, this base is there. Now I'll create one more. Sorry, my mistake. Select this new layer and pick the same color, little brighter tone, switch off everything. Height you can add again, black mask, and you can just go, you can go and add a generator. Under generator, you can see we have so many options. So what I can do, I can use a light because I want to generate everything from the top view. There's a light generator. Click on this and move it to around 270. So it will, you can see it will generate everything from the top direction. You can see it here, it looks like this. If you want, you can just modify the entire this level of like brightness and all those things. You can control those things very easily. On top of this, I'm going to add one more generator, or in that generator there you can see we have dripping rust, metal edge wear. There's so many like generators are there. I'll use a dirt and move it to multiply. So I can see my mask. All these details, dirt, invert it, and dirt level. If I want, I can increase or decrease, because tonal variations, color variations are very important. If you don't have those, it will be very difficult to. It won't look realistic. And after adding all this detail, what I'll do, I'll add some texture, actual text. I'll take a procedural map from Megascan or somewhere, from Quixel Bridge or something. I'll download one map, and on that map, what I'll do, I'll just use that texture to project on my surface, and generate all the realistic detail on my surface. These. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I have a uh, doubt, sir.
Doubt. Yes. Tell me.
Stitching. That stitch, I just created and then I just tried, but it's not coming perfectly for me.
You have created a stitch, but it's not working.
No, sir, it's coming, sir, but it's not perfectly matching. Can I share my screen?
Of course, you can share your screen. Just give me a minute. Just save it. Yeah. You can see I just added another layer of dirt just to make everything clean and crisp and slightly glossy also. Okay, you can share your screen. I stopped. Uh,
Sir,
I can see your screen.
so if I want that switch in this one, first what I
Uh,
need to do is just fix this one. These things and all I need to do. I need
uh,
to dynamize.
no, you need to Z-remesh it.
Sir, if I do remeasure, then that shape is just going, sir.
Let's see. Still working.
Then
Huh. So,
now I need to dynamize.
no. Before using stitches, you're not supposed to dynamesh. You're supposed to use Z-remeasure. Dynamesh when you create the model, sculpting it,
Okay, sir.
and once you're
Okay.
done with that, remesh.
Now I just created that brush.
Okay. Where is the brush? Where you have to? Where is that model? You have to import that model first, na?
Yeah, I imported, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So, but this is also visible, na? It won't be work. Only and only that stitch should be visible, nothing else. F, press F. Press F first. It's not visible on the screen. Yes, it should be visible on the screen. Otherwise, it won't grab it. Insert mesh. A new. Then again go back. Brushes.
Nano.
Create nano mesh. Done. Now go back to your model. Switch this off, and go back to your actual model. Switch it on. Select the model first. F. zoom in. Hover over any of the faces. Then space bar. It have subdivision. How come it have subdivisions? Delete,
Yes.
delete subdivisions. Yeah. Face. If you drag, all polygons. Yes.
Too much small.
It's working. Just
Sir,
leave
but
it.
it's not just connecting.
You have to modify the nano mesh. Now go to nano mesh, and then go to scale, size. First option. Increase the size. So because your all the planes are not square, those planes are rectangular. So you have to elongate your polygons or convert everything into square. You have to remesh it once again and make sure every in higher division and make sure everything is almost square. Or you can just if you see height is there, height, length, and width. By that you have to stretch it.
Okay, sir. Sir, for to make square, what can I do?
Z remesh.
Again, Z image. I need
Yes,
to.
again Z remesh.
Yes, sir. I'll try.
No. So try that, and then after that you have to go to nanomesh and modify and adjust according to your model.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Try that. Okay. Then time is also almost over. So okay, then try this thing. And today is submission day. I haven't received any submission. I don't know. Submit your things. Then we'll see. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.